Well, you know us as Joe
and Shane
because we are
the Gold Guys.
Thinking about investing in gold or Bitcoin, but not sure which deserves your hard-earned cash? Today, I'm comparing something you can hold in your hand with a digital asset that's been changing how people think about money. As a reminder, none of this is financial advice and for educational purposes only. Do your own research and invest at your own risk. Also, this is a rough assessment about gold and Bitcoin where they are now. With both hitting amazing high numbers, it's important to remember that past performance is no guarantee of future results. So the big question, gold or Bitcoin? Gold is steady, familiar, and real. You can actually hold it. Bitcoin is fast moving, all online, and the prices can change in seconds, just like that. It's not just about the numbers. There's an element of trust that goes into this and ultimately how you want to manage your money. Some people love the feeling of having something solid to hold in their hands, while others don't mind just tapping away at a screen with the chance of having something grow quickly. What's it actually like from a day-to-day experience having gold or managing Bitcoin? Owning gold means that you are in control, but that means that you need to think ahead about where you want to keep it safe and also how to have ready access to it so you can sell it at a moment's notice. I remember a customer coming through and telling me how stressful it was to pack their gold bars when they had to move suddenly. Definitely not something to take lightly. No matter where or how you store your gold, there's always a risk and cost to it. Whether you store it yourself, or you trust a storage service, or you keep it at a bank security deposit box, there's always pros and cons to each of these. What about Bitcoin? In Bitcoin's world, your private key is everything. Kind of like having the only key to your house, except if you lose it, you can't call a locksmith to make you a new one or help you get back in. Some people have lost life savings, life-changing amounts of money because they forgot their private key or they lost it. Would you trust yourself to never lose a password? Tougher than it sounds for some people. Just like with gold, there are many ways to store Bitcoin, again, each with its own costs and pros and cons and risks, such as keeping it on an exchange for ready access, storing in online software wallets for a little harder access, but perhaps still a way to semi-quickly trade it, or keeping it on an offline hardware wallet for maximum security. Again, each of these has their pros and cons. What about privacy and legislation surrounding gold and Bitcoin? How private are your transactions with these? Gold is mostly private. Unless you're buying more than $10,000 in cash in the US, you're not going to be reporting much to anyone. Reporting standards may be different depending on where you live though, so keep that in mind when you're buying or selling. And look at your local jurisdiction laws, perhaps even down to a state or city level, depending on where you live. What about Bitcoin? Bitcoin is not nearly as private as people think it is. Every transaction is out in the open, tracked on a public ledger called the blockchain. It's secure, but not exactly private. Anyone can see what anyone else is doing. So if privacy is a big deal for you, that's something for you to consider. What about how quickly you can buy and sell these things? This is where Bitcoin definitely has an edge. Bitcoin trades 24/7, 365 days a year, so you can buy or sell at any time of day or night, so long as you have an internet connection. Gold can't be traded around the clock, but during business hours, most dealers and jewelers will buy gold quickly and at fair prices. So if you need cash fast during the day, depending on where you live and what buyers are in the area, gold bullion might be more or less liquid. It's not as liquid as Bitcoin, but you can still make a quick sell for a fair profit. What about risks and how can you manage them? With gold, you've got to think about storage, potentially insurance, and finding someone trustworthy to buy and sell from. With Bitcoin, you have to be careful about what you do with your private keys. Also, you have to be mindful of scams and where you're keeping your crypto, because you never know when a hack might happen. Prices can also swing more wildly with crypto as seen historically, but again, that doesn't necessarily mean they'll be as volatile in the future. A quick couple tips. For gold, stick with reputable dealers and be wary of too good to be true deals you see online. For crypto assets, assess your risk profile and buy, sell, and store your crypto accordingly. Whether on a crypto exchange or on a hardware wallet, just be careful with how you're storing and protecting your crypto. And finally, make sure you're tracking every buy and sell that you do with both gold and crypto so you can abide by your local tax laws. Ultimately, what you choose to invest in is up to you and what you feel comfortable and confident in. But also, keep in mind, you don't just have to choose one. Remember, you don't have to go all in on one or all in on the other, and often going all in on just one thing is quite risky and not advised by most financial advisors. Many investors keep gold for the historic stability, while having some Bitcoin on hand for more growth or volatility and ease of access. Ultimately, there's no right answer when it comes to gold or Bitcoin. It's about what matches your comfort and financial goals. And if you want to turn some old jewelry or scrap gold or silver into cash that you can use to buy gold or Bitcoin, stop by one of our stores or order a mail-in kit from our website. Or if you want to buy bullion, go to goldguysbullion.com for the best prices on gold and silver.